for going through ELE, MEG, CEG, you saw them through everything. Father, we are so grateful. Almighty God, we commit this program into your able hands.
Thank you very much. I want to use this moment before the welcome address to establish the protocol. The Vice-Chancellor, ably represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academics, the President of Professor Deji, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Admin, Professor Charles Adekoya, the Registrar of the University, Mr. OGUN, the Librarian of our great university, in the person of Mr. Oduwole. The librarian has been very instrumental to a lot of growth, even all the members. And I want to especially thank you during the Korean visit. We also have the president of the MNSE and also the provost of the College of Engineering, the dean, Faculty of Environmental Engineering, and our guest speaker. You are highly welcome. I want to use this opportunity to also welcome our lost temporal and spiritual, if they are here. We welcome all parents. I want to use this opportunity to welcome you, that your investment in these children, or now they are adults, is not in vain, and you will get and reap more rewards from them. We want to welcome into our midst our inductees also. You are welcome. Not forgetting the membership of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, both ABEOKUTA and ILARO. Highly welcome. For all the staff of the college, both engineering and environmental studies here present, I highly welcome you. So we want to welcome you to this 6th and 7th induction ceremonies of the College Faculty of Engineering, College of Engineering and Environmental Studies of the ONABANJO University. We were just planning for one session, but with the help of the management and the urge of the management that we had another session actually graduate with the past convocation. And I just want the inductees, especially the 2020-2021, to please give the management a round of applause. If not, you just finished your exam in December, and this is the very first time within a month you are out of the university. We want to thank the management for that effort. And just welcome everyone. I hope as you sit down and enjoy the program with us, and then after the program we all felicitate together, and we wish all of us enjoy a good journey back home even as we go. Thank you very much. You are all welcome.
I'm not sure that round of applause is enough. Can you give him another round of applause? Thank you very much. The Acting Dean, Faculty of Engineering, we appreciate your speech, sir. Now, it is time for me to humbly invite the Provost, College of Engineering and Environmental Studies, Professor J. AKINYEMI, to come and give his own speech. Thank you very much, sir. Can we give him a round of applause, please? the Vice-Chancellor, Professor GANIYU OLATUNDE, ably represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Academics, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Administration, the University Registrar, the University Librarian, and I think I want to just please stand on the existing protocol. It is with great pleasure and profound gratitude to the Almighty God, the Creator of heaven and earth, that I stand before this gathering to welcome you on the occasion of this 6th and 7th induction ceremony of graduate members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers of this great and noble university. It is apparent that diligence, commitment, and determination must have seen our inductees of today through the completion of their programs. Let me especially welcome the Vice-Chancellor, ONABANJO University AWOLOLA, Professor GANIYU OLATUNDE, who is represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, who has shown so much commitment to this college, and with his dynamic, far-sighted strategies, has put in place the more needed friendly learning environment at IBOGUN campus. Sir, I'd like to say a big thank you for not only building physical structure for this university, but imparting good quality into the lives of staff and students of OOU. I want to make a small remark here. This campus was formerly notorious about cultists, but this Vice-Chancellor recently sent some representative of army to this place, and within few minutes, all of them disappeared. Security unit told me that within 10-15 minutes, all the students were gone. We are grateful for imparting good quality into the lives of our students. Let me inform this audience of some of the unprecedented efforts of the present administration of the OOU, which they have put in place to promote unique interest and commitment to the development of engineering profession. Within the few years that this management came on board, the college has been blessed with several million naira worth of equipment during the revisit of accreditation by NUC and COREN in the programs that were recently accredited. Several staff members, both academic and non-teaching, have been employed into the college. I tell you that since several years ago, 2003, there has not been any administration that has given this college the number of staff that we have as we have presently. We are very grateful for the promise to even do more for this college. Thank you, sir. Many thanks go to the past governors, the university management, and the college management for their contribution to the development of this college. The untiring effort of all the staff members, both academic and non-teaching of the college, made it possible for us to have the progress
we are witnessing today. Most of our academic staff members have the professional competence that enables them to be involved in consultancy assignment, thus making their positive impact on the society. Permit me to also welcome into our midst the Obas and the Kabiyesi of IBOGUN, who have been our host community, and I appreciate them for the peaceful atmosphere given to the college. It is equally heartwarming to welcome into our midst the President, Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Tasiu Said Gadari Wudi, FNSC, which is being represented by Engineer Lawan. And also the MNSE Chairman ABEOKUTA, Engineer Dr. Kolawole Adisa, OLONADE, FNSC, also the chairperson from ILARO. We say a big thank you for coming to witness this program. I want to say a big thank you to our guest speaker for the induction lecture of today, Engineer Dr. MODUPE A. ONITIRI, for honoring our invitation. It is my pleasure to congratulate the inductees of today and their parents through guidance for witnessing this glorious day of reward of their investment. A total of 643 engineering graduates of OLABISI University will be inducted today as graduate members of MNSE during this ceremony for 2019, 2020, and 2021 sets. For all our inductees, the society believes in you, and your primary focus must be geared towards ensuring the betterment of their lives. The practical knowledge of engineering you have gained must be used to reform mankind and to effect positive changes in our environment. It should be noted that education that does not bring change, both in the person being educated and hence in the community in which that person operates, is not education. The experience in Nigeria has been that, but I believe this set of inductees will make the expected positive impact on our environment. Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Nowhere is this more important than in Africa. The future of Africa must be totally different from the past, and you, the engineering graduates, must all participate in the process of changing our continent, particularly our nation Nigeria. I challenge all the inductees to see opportunities in the professional world of engineering to face in the face of the challenges. You should not join the overcrowded community of complainants, but identify problems, analyze them, and provide solutions with a view to creating wealth for yourself and others, while at the same time advancing societal development. You must be watchful, hopeful, big-hearted, and realize that you are the best. May I challenge you that in the face of the present economic realities, you should endeavor to raise the bar by investing more of your time, talent, and scarce resources into ventures which will showcase you to the world that you are indeed a good product of OOU. I will conclude this address by emphasizing the need for self-development to our inductees, which is a conscious process of improving oneself in various aspects of life. It's a constant pursuit of growth by developing skills, competencies, and knowledge. The ultimate goal for self-development is to be a self-fulfilled person. There's a common misconception that personal development is reserved for those who need to work harder to achieve their goals. In reality, even the most successful people constantly strive for improvement. Your brain needs new information so that you can continue to flourish. Learning is a continuous process and doesn't stop unless you want to terminate your growth. Personal development may be time consuming, but there are many advantages, and I'll just mention 5 of them. Number 1, it provides clarity to personal vision. Personal development helps you to define your personal vision and life goals more clearly. When you establish targets for yourself, it becomes easier to create a plan and work towards those objectives. Number 2, it will improve existing skill. Learning and personal growth are the hallmark of personal development. You learn from your past mistakes and overcome challenges through education, training, and guidance. Number 3, it helps identify true potential. The more you work on your skills and abilities, the more you discover your hidden potential. You learn to push your boundaries and explore new things because you know how to best utilize your knowledge. Number 4, it drives motivation and satisfaction. Personal development is empowering as it lets you take control of things. Since there is constant improvement, you feel more confident and motivated. Your productivity increases and your personal performance will give you satisfaction. And the last point is that it will help you to focus on bigger picture. When you acknowledge your shortcomings, you hold yourself accountable for your mistake. This level of self-awareness will help you look at the bigger picture and not beat yourself up about things that are beyond your control. I want you to remember that you need personal development for professional growth. And there are 4 things which I have mentioned here. Number 1, you need to communicate frequently. Communication is essential to break limitation and build a good network with colleagues. Show your co-workers that you are open to conversation and healthy arguments. Listen attentively and disagree respectively. Whenever someone challenges your existing beliefs and opinions. Number 2, there is need to work in teams. Be proactive when it comes to teamwork and collaboration with other departments or other units. Different perspectives give way to new learning experiences. Moreover, you are encouraged to be more productive when you share and discuss common objectives and timelines. Number 3, be open to feedbacks. Receive honest and constructive feedback is one of the best ways to grow in your career. Whenever you are a team leader or a team member, make sure you provide as well as receive feedback from your peers. You will get clarity on your performance and progress. And finally, there is need for you to attend training session. Yes, you have stayed here for 5 years, but you need to train and retrain yourself. So if you feel that your performance is affected because of gaps in your competencies, be open to training programs. You can always upskill to catch up with emerging business demands. Moreover, your employer will appreciate the added efforts you make towards driving organization goals. Finally, Mr. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished inductees and invitees, I want to reiterate our profound gratitude to the Almighty God for keeping us in this environment and for the progress we have seen so far since 2003, when the college was established at IBOGUN. Thank you all for giving me your precious time and attention.
Thank you very much. Can we put our hands again together for the provost of this college? With the permission of the Vice-Chancellor of District University, Professor GANIYU Olatunde, who is ably represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Academic, Professor Deji Agbola. Let me quickly pass this information to the graduate of today, or the inductees of today. Great OUites. We are all here because of you. We expect that quorum should be well maintained. Silence should be well maintained. Particularly when lectures, when speeches are being delivered by the distinguished personalities on the high table here. Nobody is expected to talk or even whisper to the other side, other person by your side. Distinguished inductees, please listen to us. Faculty officer in charge of faculty should take note of this. I've just been informed now that the protocol officers of this university, that at the end of today's program, they are going to juxtapose your level of conduct here today with what used to happen in other professional bodies, induction programs of this great university. ONABANJO University is known for good conduct of our graduates. Please, let's continue to do that in presence of outsiders here. Thank you very much. Silence will be maintained. It is now my pleasure to humbly invite our own Vice-Chancellor of JK University, the great reformer of this moment, Professor GANIYU Olatunde, to deliver his speech. He, like I mentioned earlier, is being represented by our own distinguished Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Academic, Professor Ayodeji Agbola. Let's give him a round of applause. To the podium here. The round of applause must continue. That was the first, somebody representing the Vice-Chancellor of this great university. The program is being streamed live, and that's to tell you the best practice must be established here. Mr. Vice-Chancellor.
Thank you very much. The principal officers of the university, professors, and members of Senate of this honorable university here present, the President, Nigerian Society of Engineers, ably represented today, our guest speaker, Engineer Dr. MODUPE ONITIRI, of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, University of Lagos, other members of the university community here present, my Lord, spiritual and temporal, very distinguished parents and guidance, bodyguards, and greatest OUites, greatest and the greatest and the greatest OUites, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to deliver this speech on behalf of the welfareist and my amiable Vice-Chancellor, Professor GANIYU OLATUNDE. I'm using this opportunity to welcome you all to the combined 6th and 7th induction ceremonies of graduate members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers of our great university on this occasion, 9th day of February 2022. First, I give God the glory for the grace given to every one of us to witness this epoch-making event. Indeed, the important role of engineering professionals in the design, development, operational, and maintenance of critical infrastructure is attested globally under varied environments ranging from developed to developing and underdeveloped economies. The deliverables from engineering professionals are very tangible, impactful, and pivotal in the growth of all types of economies. It is in the light of this that Nigeria as a country is counting on engineers and scientists to solve myriad of problems confronting us and plaguing our development as a nation. Most of these challenges are in the realm requiring solutions from the engineers, and I hereby challenge the Faculty of Engineering to bring to bear their expertise in all the identified areas. First, by responding to the local challenges around us, I'm glad to say with confidence that the crop of academics in this faculty know their audience. As they have brilliantly responded to some challenges posed to them in recent past, they should, however, expect more until we find ourselves where we ought to be and not just where our limitations force us to be. Let me assure this August gathering that graduates of our Faculty of Engineering have been equipped and imparted with adequate knowledge to develop their personal initiatives, possesses intellectual independence, as well as become creators of employment. It is needless to say that a strong engineering and technical education has always been identified as a catalyst for national development. Today, history is being made again as this combined 6th and 7th induction ceremonies of our 643 graduates who had completed their degree program during 2019, 2020, and 2021 academic sessions. In the Faculty of Engineering at OLABISI University, as they shall be inducted into the graduate members of the Nigerian Society of Engineering. It is another watershed in the life of these inductees and a unique opportunity for each one of them to proceed on their various chosen career professionally. No doubt, your membership of this reputable professional body is a great achievement at this point in time and will really enhance your chances in the labor market. Here in OOU, we place a high premium on the acquisition of technological education, which is in line with the original dream of our founding fathers, and the university management has therefore continued to make huge investment in the engineering programs because of our expectation from their great potentials. Several millions worth of equipment were purchased for the college during the recent re-accreditation visit by the National University Commission as well as the Quran to the engineering programs. I want to assure the Provost and other members of this faculty, as well as the August gathering today, that we are not resting on us as many more developmental projects are on course for this faculty. Just to ensure that the training of students is of high standard to enable them compete favorably with their peers from other notable institutions within and outside the country. Distinguished guests, it will interest you to know that the Faculty of Engineering came to operation in the 2003-2004 academic session with just 4 departments, namely Department of Mechanical Engineering, Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Agricultural Engineering, and of course, Computer Engineering. In 2015, the Department of Civil Engineering was added to the list of degree programs in the faculty. So far, the faculty, with a current total population of 1,941, have successfully turned out a total number of 940 engineering graduates. Plans are on top there to add other programs as we did fit to the list of degree programs towards ensuring that the faculty and others in the university at large continue to grow in leaps and bounds to adequately respond to the needs of our society. May I also inform this esteemed gathering that reports reaching us from many of our graduates working in different sectors of the economy are very, very cheering. These have continued to spur us to do more towards ensuring that such positive feedbacks are sustained and by keeping pace with the trend in this sector. Several collaboration efforts with industry are also on to enable students apply their theories so that the faculty can engage in meaningful result-oriented researches that will be beneficial to our community as well as our nation as a whole. It is also worthy of note that as part of pragmatic steps of the university to ensure all-round development of the campuses in the university, a gigantic classroom evidence containing 6 studios have just been completed and occupied by a department on this campus. I will at this point like to challenge the inductees to apply themselves to more recent developments in the engineering profession. This will require establishing yourselves in an analytical, logical, and qualitative thinking for practical application of engineering technology and science in solving real-world problems. This will involve your ability to synergize with other engineering professions that will give broad-based knowledge to handle more complicated issues facing this nation and the world at large. I'm confident that the lecture you are going to listen to as well today will arouse the great passion you will need to contribute meaningfully to the development of this country and also live a worthy life as fulfilled professionals when you receive good reward from your labor. I therefore congratulate you inductees as you take the oath and enter into the graduate area of your profession and are seriously waiting to be engaged in profitable services to the society. We have left no stone unturned to give you the best you desire to deliver the goods wherever you find yourself and be good ambassadors of this great institution by adding to the number that you have done you proud nationally and internationally. You cannot afford to do otherwise. as some of us are the high table today, and some of the people seated here in this auditorium are alumni of this university, including the speaker talking to you. I'm pleased to also announce to you that the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration is a professor of law and an alumnus of this university. Ditto the registrar of this great university, as well as the university librarian. So if you go, and that is why we said you cannot do otherwise. You need to keep the flag flying. Let me also rejoice with the parents and guardians of the inductees. Your investments are paid off, all thanks to the God Almighty. It is a prayer that all eat the fruits of your labor. Once again, I welcome you all to this induction ceremonies. Thank you all for listening, and God bless you all.
That's a beautiful one. Can you continue to clap for the Vice-Chancellor of this great university? The possible standing ovation from the inductees of today. That's a wonderful one. Can we put our hands together again for the Vice-Chancellor of this university? Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, other members of the high table, distinguished parents of today, inductees. Yorùbá máa ń sọ pé àfáà sọ̀rọ̀ òjò kàn, òjò kùn. Okay, that might be someone come. Say someone come correct. Okay, ẹ ṣé. We are in the university, so learning is continuous. It's a process. Is that true? I think that's okay. Thank you very much. I've learned one or two things today. If anything, my Yoruba has increased. Thank you very much. Like I said earlier, this university is equally known for what we call innovation and again innovativeness. These are two different words. I said this program was being live streamed. To confirm this, the chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers, who is presently in Uganda, ABEOKUTA branch, Engineer Dr. OLONADE, is currently in Uganda and watching this program live from Uganda. Can we give a round of applause for the Vice-Chancellor? I think I need to emphasize that the induction program is being organized by the Faculty of Engineering and the Nigerian Society of Engineering, ILARO and ABEOKUTA branches. So it is on this note I need to emphasize that apart from being an umbrella among inductees who are automatically members of this Society of Engineers today, at the end of this induction, can we give them a round of applause? Now we are getting there. I want to now invite the guest speaker of today, who is to give us the spiritual diet for our new entrant into Nigerian Society of Engineers, the inductees of today, for the 2 sessions. Sorry, there's a little adjustment in the personality that will read the profile of the guest lecturer. So may I now humbly invite Dr. Musa to come and introduce the guest lecturer of today. Dr. Musa, please. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
the Vice-Chancellor, ONABANJO University, represented by Deputy Vice-Chancellor AKINYEMI. The other protocol duly observed. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol while I read the profile of the guest speaker. Permit me also to bring the guest speaker to this side of the table. The guest speaker, Engineer Dr. MODUPE ONITIRI, hold a PhD in mechanical engineering from the University of ILARO. He also obtained his Bachelor of Engineering and Master of Engineering degree from the same university, University of ILARO, in the same department of mechanical engineering. He is currently the senior lecturer in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, University of Lagos, Nigeria. Prior to his appointment, he worked with MOBI Producing Unlimited as an industrial training. He was a postdoctoral research fellow at the Department of Mechanical Engineering Science, Faculty of Engineering and the Built Environment, University of Johannesburg, South Africa. Dr. ONITIRI has taught over 25 undergraduate and postgraduate courses. He has also supervised over 100 undergraduate and postgraduate students, where he has lectured and examined both locally and internationally at the University of Lagos, Johannesburg, and University of Calabar, respectively. Engineer Dr. MODUPE ONITIRI, current research interest is in the design and manufacturing processes, mechanical testing and material characterization, computational modeling of mechanical and thermal properties of composite and lightweight material, fabrication of composite alternative energy source. All these are for the academics. Permit me to move on from that area, sir. He is the convener and the team leader of the Manufacturing Material Science, MNSE, research group. Dr. ONITIRI has 28 publications in RSS and Scopus Index Journal and peer-reviewed national and international conferences. Dr. ONITIRI is currently has 5 manuscripts under peer review. He is a reviewer of several international organizations, journal. He is a member of Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, NIMEKI, corporate member of Nigerian Society of Engineers, a registered engineer with PROF, Council for Regulation of Engineering, respectively. Engineer ONITIRI was appointed a supervisor during the Joint Admission Matriculation Board examination on 5 occasions, and he has served as Independent National Electoral Commission State Constituency Returning Officer during the ABEOKUTA Ifelodun constituency, ABEOKUTA Ifelodun local government area of Lagos State in 2011. Dr. ONITIRI is a pioneer member of the Department of Mechanical Engineering Screening Panel. He is advisor for Mechanical Engineering Students Association, undergraduate project coordinator, and engineering representative on the committee of the Bachelor of Science Academic Curriculum for Science Laboratory Technology Program. He is also a member of Mechanical Engineering at the Korean Accreditation Committee and donor staff endowment check of funds of the University of Lagos. Here I present to you our guest speaker for today, who will be giving us a talk that everybody will enjoy. I present to you Engineer Dr. MODUPE ONITIRI to present the speaker.
the Vice Chairman, the Vice Chancellor of this great institution. With your permission, sir, I would like to stand on existing protocol. I say both to advise that I stand on existing protocols because I have full confidence since the structure earlier erected by the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering was tested by the Vice Chancellor and certified to be fit. So that gives me 100% assurance that I can go ahead and stand on the protocol. Thank you, sir. Now the topic we have to deal with today is engineering education in an entrepreneurial economy. I have an outline here which I intend to approach this presentation, and we'll be looking at, I'll be talking about complements, definition of and preambles, expectation from engineer entrepreneurs, dual role of engineer entrepreneurs, sources of funding for entrepreneurs, important role of entrepreneurship in the economic development of the nation's economy, challenges faced by entrepreneurs. Then we take a critical look at academic professional bodies and engineer entrepreneur. And lastly, the conclusion remark. The management of OLABISI ONABANJO University, which in ASU we call OOU. I learned the university refers to itself as OOU. So the Vice Chancellor and Principal Officers for your support and motivation, leaders of Nigerian Society of Engineers, creating the platform and direction, leadership of the faculty, which includes the Dean, the HOD, and Sub-Dean and others, for their support, Chairman and members of the Induction Committee, for the persistence and dedication, and colleagues in the faculty, for their passion and devotion, and lastly, and not the least, the inductees. Welcome to the family. I will start by introducing us briefly to what engineering is, and then we have engineering. Engineering is the profession in which mathematics and science, which are the key ingredients, gained by study, experience, and practice, used with wisdom to develop ways to efficiently use materials and forces of nature for the benefit of society. Benefit of society is highlighted there. Now, what's the difference between a scientist and an engineer? The scientists discover the world that exists, while engineers create the world that never was. That's according to von Karman, who's an aerospace engineer. Now, what is engineering education? Engineering education is the activity of teaching knowledge and principles of the professional practice of engineering. I have a graphic here, but I need to present to us why we cannot do without engineering. You can see the chaos that we have there. This is another one at your disposal. Imagine you having to tap wire to each other before you could communicate. And we have this also, contending with abacus and Stone Age, scribbling years on the stones. And what is entrepreneurial? Characterized by taking of financial risk in the hope of profit enterprising. It is an adjective coined from the noun entrepreneur. Now, who is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is a person who creates or runs a business, being most of the time taking the risk and enjoying most of the rewards. What is entrepreneurship? The activity of setting up a business and reactivating existing ones in response to major identified opportunities. That is exploiting the opportunities at your disposal while taking a financial risk and making profit. And what is economy? Economy is the state of a country or region in terms of production and consumption of goods and services and supply of money. Now, what is entrepreneurial economy? Entrepreneurial economy is an economy where economic performance is related to distributed innovation and the emergence and growth of innovative ventures. That's according to Kirchhoff and Andres. Now, to you engineering graduates, what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is the integration of business management with engineering technical skills, leading to formation of engineer. Simple. Business management, and that's what I believe most of you are lacking at this point, and that's what, when the dean mentioned something about developing yourself, you need to now embrace business management along with the technical skill that you have to be an entrepreneur. We move on and you have a clear idea of what entails to be an entrepreneur. Expectations from engineering entrepreneurs. Be willing and able to convert a new idea or innovation into successful innovation. You selling spare part doesn't make you an entrepreneur, you're just a trader. There has to be innovation, you have to be adding something to society. Now help to drive change with innovation where new improved products enable new markets to be developed. And lastly, discover new sources of materials and mobilize capital resources like land, machines, money, as the case may be. Now, dual role of engineering entrepreneur, we mentioned that the technical aspect and the business aspect, which needs to be insurance in you. Now, sources of funding for entrepreneurs. You could have personal savings, that could be the source of funding, loans from friends, gratuity from retirement from your parents, security exchanges, profit plowback, and trade credits. Now, important role of entrepreneurship in the economic development of the nation. I will gloss through this, but at least you could always have access to my slide. At the end of the slide, I have my contact, so I can make the slides available to you. But we have promotes capital formation, create large-scale employment opportunities, promotes balanced regional development, reduces concentration of economic power, wealth creation and distribution, increasing gross national product, per capita income, and improving in standard of life, and promotes the country's export trade. We take it one after the other. Promotes capital formation. They employ their own and also borrow resources from setting up enterprises. That is how you promote capital. Such type of entrepreneurial activities lead to value addition and creation of wealth. Now, create large-scale employment. Through the employment issue where you set up your establishment, you employ people, and in other words, it rubs up possibility on society by reducing the number of unemployed. Promotes balanced regional development. Now, in the scope to expand from probably maybe you start from the city, you want to expand your businesses since what you're doing is something that touches the life of everybody in society. There's that tendency to want to explore remote areas. And that, in other words, also rub up positively on those environments and leads to development of the environment. And reduces concentration of economic power. Now, economic power is the natural outcome of industrial and business activity. Industrial development normally leads to concentration of economic power, like we have in Nigeria now. We have some few people monopolizing those businesses because we do not have goods, or should I say, we have poor entrepreneurial culture. You have few people monopolizing businesses. A similar scenario was experienced in the US some couple of years back between Microsoft and IBM, where IBM alleged that Microsoft were monopolizing the computer space. And at the end of the day, they won the battle. It was clearly proven that Microsoft were trying to monopolize the businesses, and that was discouraged by the regulatory bodies. We'll go to what the regulatory bodies do here. That's what was done in the US. Now, in order to redress the problem, a large number of entrepreneurs need to be developed, which will reduce the concentration of economic power amongst the population. Now, wealth creation and distribution, we talked about that. Everybody has a job, and everybody has something to feed on, something to live, a decent standard of life. Now, increasing gross national product and per capita income. Entrepreneurs are always on the lookout for opportunities. They exploit opportunities. Not the kind of exploitation they have around there. Probably you have to do a fast run on somebody. We're not talking about that kind of exploitation. The exploitation is seeing the things the society needs and trying to address it accordingly. Now, encourage effective resource mobilization and create skill, bring in new products and services and develop markets for growth of economy. In this way, they help increase gross national products. Now, improvement in the standard of living, that cannot be overemphasized, as I've said earlier on, so that will also rub up positively on everybody and promotes country's export trade. You have so much to eat. What next you do? You throw it and send it out to convert into cash through export. Now, challenges faced by entrepreneurs. Too much entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs is also another headache. Like I said, too much of everything destabilizes the whole setup and we cease to have equilibrium. If everybody is an entrepreneur, they're always going to patronize you. So we can't all be entrepreneurs. And in reality, not everybody can be an entrepreneur. I hope you guys are listening. So don't get carried away. Not everybody can be in the academics. Not everybody is cut out to be an entrepreneur. All you just need to just have the passion and also have the mentor. It's very important. You can't do it on your own. Now, excessive multiple taxation, that is one thing we're having serious challenge with. A POS operator in Lagos charges the local government collect tax, the area boys collect tax, everybody's collecting tax. The first thing they see you having an establishment, you say so limited. Everybody comes to have a piece of the pie. That's excessive taxation and ridiculous setup. It's not so good for business. Then coming to the regulators. The regulators have this way of going about doing their job. They believe that until they shut down a business, that's the only way you regulate. They just spoke about Microsoft and IBM. When they had that issue going on, the regulator in the US did not shut down Microsoft. You see, you have to keep them in business. Or you shut down an establishment because one or two infractions, then it throws everybody out of business. It makes people hungry because that's source of income. And that's what our regulators do around here. I think we need to stop all this rubbish nonsense. We need to help young businesses to grow. That's why we say the climate around there is so harsh and difficult for businesses to thrive. But I know we can do better. All we want to do is have a bigger picture, and I hope those in charge of regulating affairs and even define the regulators. Because in Lagos, for instance, you don't even know what we talk about who's regulating traffic in Lagos. Everybody is regulating traffic. As long as you're in uniform, where should I be? You could stand on the road and become a traffic regulator. Now, lack of regulations could lead to unhealthy rivalry, exploitation, and manipulation, available and unnecessary interference by regulators. That is all that I've talked about that. Now, coming down gradually now, academia, professional bodies, and engineering education. We'll be looking at motivation and support of the academia, provision of relevant equipment and facilities, mentorship and succession, engineering education, industrial training program, students projects supervision and defense, and visible collaboration between students, organizations, and MNSE. Now, let me quickly tell you what our business is, especially those of us in academia. You can see it there in graphical presentation. 3 points: society, research, and teaching. Teaching is what most people are familiar with. Research appears to be personal to us, and how can we make it non-personal is when we reach out to the society. Most of us have our research work, publications bottled up somewhere, or just thrown into cloud, and nobody knows anything about it. The society doesn't even know that we exist until when we come around and say, oh, doctor so-so-so, engineer doctor so-so-so. Oh, so there's somebody in academics, but that's not the way we should rub up on the society. We should rub up to society by impacting directly on the way they live their life. Now, our job calling is beyond teaching and research. It tends to making our expertise available to people on the other side of our gated environment. It's essentially a closed community with little or no interfacial correlation with the larger society. That's one issue we have. We stick to ourselves, we do not relate with them. And most of the time, this has to do with arrogance. That saying you see displayed among the academia. It's a gift. When God gives a gift and you don't impact lives, then it's as somebody that just kept his talent and never made anything positive out of it. Now, I have a graphic here, just showing you what academics does and everything. You can look at that later. Now, motivation and support of now this is coming deeper home, because sorry I have to use that one, because that is one issue we're contending with at the moment. The current federal government and academic unions dispute has become a way of life. Now, an appalling revelation. The Vice-Chancellor, sir. Motivation and support of academia. I have featured a media showing us the graphics of what is our story since the inception of ASU. And we said ASU was, we had ASU in existence in 1973, and the following 4 inauguration we had the first strike in 1973, I think, because we have it there. The next slide shows us a picture of what we've experienced every time ASU goes on strike. The record breaker was the last strike. And we know Nigeria be like breaking records. And I think for once, let us try and break records for something positive. Because another strike is in the pipeline at the moment now. We just pray it doesn't come to fruition. Now, since 1973, a total of 2041 days of ASU strike in Nigeria. That's 5 years, 6 months, and 27 days have been expended on ASU strike. The 2020 strike lasted for 291 days, that's 9 months. That's a whole full year. Neglecting that 3 months not that significant, but that is catastrophic for any society. I have this pictures there, provision of relevant equipment and facilities. This is something I picked from during my stay at Joy at UG. This is UG has 3 campuses. So this is just from one of their campuses, one of the engineering campuses. So we have the MOS test experiment, or most of the experiment, then the thermocompressive testing equipment and the suction device for those that are interested in my area of research as composite materials. The compressor, the diesel engine, that's all you have here is for undergrads. All ASU is asking for is government give us this, then leave the rest to us, the academia. But how do we, in fact I need to commend this institution, because I've been turning out these products with challenges that we also have challenges in UNILAG, despite the fact that UNILAG is a very old institution. And I'm not talking about a young institution that set up in 2003. It's commendable. Now, let me show you what we have in UNILAG. In the Faculty of Engineering in UNILAG, we have academic leadership in the faculty. The professorial cadre is 18.4% out of 179 academic staff. Almost 75% of the academic staff are non-professorial cadre, and that's a serious concern. That may not be the problem in OOU, but it's a serious concern because we have very few, we're always asking for more. So institutions are clamoring to have what we have, and we are still saying that it's still not good enough. But sincerely speaking, we need to have more professorial cadre, and the existing professorial cadre need to mentor the younger ones. Now, in my department, mechanical engineering, we have 26 academic staff. 23 have PhDs, 4 professorial cadre. 2 of us are likely to be professorial cadre, all go well, anytime this year. Then we have those that they're so heavy in the middle. The lower cadre, yes, we are not that much. Probably we have about 3 or 4 assistant lecturers and graduate assistants. And that's a concern for us because the old horses, professorial cadre, are leaving very soon. Some of them are leaving, some have less than 5 years. And mentorship, you need to mentor those on ground to prepare them for what lies in the future. Now, engineering education. Under engineering education, we'll be looking at the paradigm shift from conventional teaching approach, curriculum development, and CORIN's membership of FEIAP and IEA. We'll elaborate more on that later. I just quickly want to bring us to what Africa is contending with at the moment. Africa has the lowest number of engineering professionals per capita of all regions of the world. I think that's the news. Now, engineering education is changing from its traditional focus on disciplinary technical knowledge to its much broader interdisciplinary and complex problem-solving approach that integrates societal problem analysis with academic technical knowledge and solutions. That's according to the UNESCO. And they went further to say African countries need to professionalize their university engineering education systems as one way of enhancing. That we've done anyway. We've done in our part. Interestingly, some African countries do not even have professional bodies like MNSE and CORIN. Nobody's clapping. I think we should clap. We should comment ourselves. Okay, now we look at the traditional, let's look at traditional education. Traditional is knowledge transfer. We grew up in that environment, knowledge transfer. Now education, the new trend education is creativity, engineering design, problem finding, solving, and ethics, teamwork, unity, and others. Now, there was a presentation I was privileged to be in attendance, presented by Professor Emeritus Onaka from Japan. And I captured this from his presentation. He highlighted engineering design ability, which includes, I will not go through that, but I want us to go to the second column. And that what caught my interest. All the 4 items there have something unique, and everything is centered on national Japan, national Japan. You bring anything to the table that doesn't address their national interest, the truth in the trust does mean. You bring anything that doesn't address national interest, politics aside. This is sheer objectivity. And I highlighted this, and he made this presentation in 2005. Now, look at Japan now. I want us to ask the question, has Japan been able to accomplish what they set out to do in 2005? You see, those 4 items there. Strategic field support, future in Japanese economy. Anything that I don't know how to do with Japan, just throw it in the trash. Now, he also went ahead to present to us the priority areas of each country. That's 2005. I want to look at these priority areas and see that these countries be able to accomplish those priority areas now. And Nigeria is struggling with priority areas. That is a serious headache. Because you see, without STEM, you can't get anywhere as a country. Science, technology, engineering, and maths. Without it, you can't get anywhere. That is how, check history, that is how countries that were developed got to where they are. It's STEM. We play politics, we play down STEM, and we just, okay, look at those priorities and you see, I intentionally did not post the current record because it's there for everybody to see if they're able to achieve this or not. Now, curriculum development still, conventional, that's trust me, because we look up to our professors. In fact, when we're in school, we worship our professors. And I discovered another trend there was that they deprive us of a lot of information. Like you will come to class, these days we come to class, you tell the student, you need to tell the student the text you're using. You may probably not point them where they're going to get it, but they need to know that information in the text. You need to tell them the correct causal line, but then we have professors that will come forward and tell us the causal line, yes. The text, we probably have spent half of the semester looking for the textbook in the library. And by the time you identify the textbook, the textbook is on reserve. It's on reserve. Reserve, maybe 2 copies, only 1 can be borrowed by academic staff. The other one is what all of us, a class of about 90 plus students, we trusted for. So what colleagues do when they have access to that textbook, they go and keep it in another faculty. Then some even go extreme. They tear up the necessary pages from the textbook and throw it somewhere. And there wasn't internet then, so it was traumatic. You see, you just have to be at the back, you have to be in the good books of your colleagues that have access to the textbook to have access to it. So, but now things have changed. There's no issue of trust me. The professor presents his case, then you argue. I just pray we can do that here. Because we need to, like I said, the pride thing is what is killing us as academia and also killing us to interact properly with the society. Now, integration, according to Professor Feller, he suggested the problem-based learning. Nigeria is embracing the other one, that's OBE. But I just want us to look at what he said about the project-based study. He said it focused on the problem specifically, and students are expected to address that problem while they learn in the process of addressing the problem. Now, curriculum development. According to Wachira Higoton looked at the UNESCO report of 24 March 2021 and came up with these extracts. He said alignment of engineering standards and the quality of engineering graduates in terms of international standards remain questionable. Some African countries have no national legislation, so we talked about that. And the UNESCO said presently only South Africa is signatory to, in fact that is the curriculum we embrace by with South Africa. Because, and they don't mix words. You look at the profile, you look at the comments of the dean of the faculty. He comes up on them with training their students to embrace research and also for the industry. They're not training their students for entrepreneurship, they're training them for the industry. Now the question is, what are we training our students for? Because in fact, South Africans are industrialized community. So they may decide to say, okay, they don't train themselves from them because the companies are there to employ them. So I think that's what we need to think about. I want to quickly talk about Korean membership of the Federation of Engineering Institutions of Asia and Pacific. Korean applied in 2015. They accepted the General Assembly in 2016 in Western Australia, and FEIAP embraces OBE. That's the object-based, output-based education. Now, Korean has gone further to take a look at IEA, which South Africa is the only African member. And we've thrown in an application since 2018, and up to now, we've not been able to get that overboard, but according to what we heard from the president, we're still on it. Now, sorry, I want to talk about this quickly. When Japan signed up to be a member of IEA, they had that priority in place. They knew what they wanted and they went for it. The question is, does Nigeria know what we really want? Are we going for IEA just to be tag along with South Africa? So it won't be only South Africa that's in Africa that's a member of IEA. I think that's what Korea needs to take a look at. It's very important because if we are bringing the OBE approach to curriculum and we're training our students to fit into the industry, where is the industry? Now, at the end of the day, our story will end up like the medical setup, where the government subsidized education colossally, and at the end of the day, so that Saudi Arabia, Western countries that they will contribute a dime in developing these talents, pick them up, and they pay them exorbitantly, and everybody's happy because that's the cost for the nation. Yeah, probably the family will be enjoying, they're having it good, but it's just not good. A good picture for us to paint. Now, education is subsidized at the moment. As we're still fighting on that anyway. I hope they will turn the tide. But now we treat these engineers, and we're not pushing them into industries that don't exist. I think the entrepreneurial approach is what we need to embrace. I think that's what should be the back of the mind of Korea in embracing IEA. Quickly, I want to talk about industrial training. Industrial workspace experience, that's the reason why we send our students out to industrial training. Exposure to real-life engineering activities and relate taught courses to practical exposure. Now, identify and revert industrial problems is one thing we do not jump into their head. I've had privileges of being on panel to interview students that went on IT. And they go with the mindset, and then they return with the mindset that their members, their stakeholders in the company they went to do the IT. You'll be hearing we, our focus. You are wondering, you're not an employee, but you have that mindset that you are a member of that company. You have to identify this problem and bring it on board. That comes to us at academia that we need to change the way we dish out project topics to students. Student project supervision, keep from entitlement mentality. We have some instances where the HOD picks up the most brilliant student in the class while the other ones go down the drain. The HOD may not necessarily have the time to focus on these students. If we allow students to have access to interests, that will also help the students be able to be guided to pick who they're going to work with or who they're not going to work with. So I call that guided liberalization of student distribution. It's okay, any academic staff should not have more than 5 students. The students have the leeway to go, because the students have an experience personally. There were students that went to IT, went with the industrial training program, and identified problem in the company and started to work with me because that was my area of expertise. But because of this entitlement mentality thing, the student had to be drafted to another lecturer who just threw the interest into the trash and impressed his own interest on the student. The reality on ground is that we do not have that luxury to go to the industries to identify them. Since we've invited them to come, they do not come. And we cannot go to them. But the students take the link. The students go out, tell them to identify this problem. If that's the only thing they're going to do during the IT, bring it home. Then we can now work on it. You work on it, then when time comes for defense, you invite those same companies. You say, let us do away with sitting down setting up a panel among ourselves and students presenting reports. Invite, that where MNSE comes to play, that's where the faculty, the vice chancellors are. It's significant, Mr. Vice Chancellor, with your indulgence, sir, I beg your indulgence, sir. We need your holistic interest in this to drive this course, because without you, we can't get it. We can't. So I think MNSE will be driving force. Invite those companies to come and observe the students' presentation. It goes a long way to even cheer up the students. I'm not saying you should bring up a competition where you look for the best project presentation and everything. It knocks off a lot of things because the students have very good, viable ideas. That probably because they didn't come first in the competition, nobody's interested. In South Africa, before I left, they've even gone as far as even restructuring the PhD program. They have two options, PhD by thesis and PhD by publication. Because it's quite that most of the theses end up on the shelf. The undergrad program is UNILAG now, and mechanical engineering. They're trying to embrace the option of doing away with hard copy submissions from students and cataloging the soft copy. But I think we should go a step beyond that. So inviting the companies, the industries to come in, and I can't imagine what will come of it. And visible collaboration between NSC organization. Let me tell you my own personal experience with NSC. As a graduate, I served in Katsina several years back. I won't tell you there, so you will think I'm an old man. So and interestingly, NSC Katsina branch came to the orientation camp. No single engineering graduate was posted to secondary school. All of us, not for NSC now. In fact, I don't think I need to be ginger to have a sense of belonging. Because immediately I picked up my job in UNILAG. I just started paying my dues and getting involved in NSC. Because it's good bad time. It's unique. Nobody, no single person, for everyone, and those that were rejected in any company, NSC was on top of the game. They said everybody went there. Now, I think that's a pointer to NSC, because I want your involvement with the life of these children to go beyond this induction. Because otherwise, the outside world is wicked and cruel. Wicked and cruel. I do not envy the parents, because like now, these kids don't know what the future holds for them, and I just can't imagine what I was going through. With your Vice-Chancellor, sir, I quickly want to tell you about my personal experience with OOU. OOU is what we call OOU in ASU. So OOU, I was here in 2003. And I think the following week after the governor then commissioned on the TV, they commissioned this school. And I was so excited because I was looking for a job. I just finished my master's. I finished my master's a couple of years earlier. So I was not looking for a job. I came here. I didn't know anywhere. So, in fact, I was taken aback. It wasn't. But when I now came here now, the Vice-Chancellor, I think I need to commend you. I need to commend you and your management team. Because when I came, only 2 structures were standing. The workshop. Before I came here, I went to the workshop. That workshop was uncompleted. And I saw something. I'm not able to look at the things they have there, but at least I saw something there. Now the management team, the administrative building was also existing there. Out of frustration, I had to go back to my base in Ilorin, because I was here with so much hope. And now all you came calling, and I said, no, there's no going back. I just have to do whatever I'm doing. Because I also have a research meeting for today, and I had to. Then when I spoke with Larry, who's also my project, my postgrad student, he pioneered, he's one of the few students that pioneered my research group setup during his undergrad. His research work was coming down. But I'm still working on that same thing he worked on several years back. I'm still working in a research group. When I told him I was coming to OU, he volunteered I was going to bring me down here. When I was going to do it, with my pin-off payment from government, how am I going to survive coming down here? So he tried to rally around and save his lecturer some shame and whatever. So I thank you very much, Mr. Vice-Chancellor. So NSC, your presence needs to be visible, because especially because UNILAG is metropolitan, we tend to have this tendency that NSC's visibility comes more in contribution of dues than getting involved in it. I've got to the stage in life that I know what I want for myself. I think NSC should take care of these ones, because that's our future. We don't get it right with them, and we messed up everything. I didn't have that privilege then, although to an extent NSC were forthcoming when I needed them during service. So I think NSC should also hang on to these ones and That's what we can. So, lastly, research formulation should be focused on needs or challenges of the society using the concept of social enterprise. That means what the society really needs. They're not just doing research for research sake. One thing I also noticed with most of our colleagues is that we create problem and now start looking for solutions to it. That's not engineering. Engineering identifies the problem, acknowledge the problem, and seek solution to it. If you go and say an engineer, academic or an engineer, and you are seeking creative problem with the intent of solving it, then I don't know what I'm going to describe you as. So the choice of laying approach should be influenced by the country's priority. Like I said earlier on, what is our priority as a country? It's significant. Before we can now start penetrating the international routes. China locked up their shop, they locked up their country, and then they were being known as being copycats. People were ridiculing their copycats, they captured themselves up from the world. Now see where China is now. They're borrowing from China. Now, motivation of the conventional ways of assessing undergraduate and master's research projects, I talked about that. Set up student-based innovation and entrepreneurship groups in the faculty using the umbrella students, departmental and faculty-based bodies in collaboration with MNSE. The leadership of the faculty should encourage activation of multidisciplinary and cross-disciplinary cross-sectoral partnership for impactful teaching and research. Improving academic staff strength to accommodate the ever-increasing student population. I don't know the academic staff strength in OU, but I think with what I see here, I think it should be commended. But I think it's still not good enough. So the large population of non-professorial cadre in the future is the future of the faculty and the university. They must be mentored and exposed to opportunities to build their competencies. These are my contacts. The slides can be made available to your request. Last, I have my WhatsApp number there. You can chat to me at your leisure. Thank you for your attention.
For the guest lecturer. Thank you, sir. Let's be seated, please. I want to believe that the inductees of today will have taken note of every point, because individually you will be called upon here to come and give us the summary of what you have learned from the lecture. I will personally seek the approval of the Vice-Chancellor to perhaps pick from each and every roles here a representative of each role to come and give me the synopsis of the whole lecture. Because ordinarily people should have listened with rapt attention for that well-packaged lecture. At the end of the day, I will still give you what I personally have been able to do, apart from the fact that I am not an inductee of today. Once again, thank you very much, the guest lecturer of today. We appreciate your program, your lecture. Inductee, can you stand up and give the guest lecturer another round of applause for that? And inductee is sitting down. Thank you very much. Now the next, we are gradually coming to the end of the program of today. Now we'll move straight to oath-taking and induction to be conducted by the President of Nigerian Society of Engineers, the person of Engineer Tasil Sahad Gidari Wudi. He has a representative here. Sir, it is time for you to conduct the oath-taking for the inductee. Faculty officer, Faculty of Engineering, any inductee that is now found seated there should not be allowed to come to the front here. Any inductee that is found standing outside this hall or that is now found seated there should not be allowed to come to the front here. Thank you very much.
Chancellor, ably represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academics, the Chairman of ABEOKUTA branch, the Vice Chairman, the Chairman ILARO branch, the management of the school. I want to really appreciate you for organizing this occasion. To the graduates, I want to really appreciate your resilience to bring this day into fruition. I bring you greetings from the National President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Tessil Said Gidari G, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers. I want to appreciate you for being so engineering well, because you started well, and I thank God you are ending well. I want to appreciate our parents here present for your support for this graduate. If not for you, maybe some of them might not be here. And back to our lecturers, thank you so much for nurturing them. Because if you have not done that in the class, you might not be having them here today. Let me especially recognize the past chairman of Ibadan branch of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Olayinka Ali, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers. You are welcome, sir. To the graduates again, we are beginning another life after today. I want to appeal to you that you need to think outside the box from what you are taught in the class, from what you have learned through your student. Begin to think how you are going to make life more comfortable for your people around you. This is engineering, making comfort for the people, making life well-meaning for the people. That is our doctrine. It is not for you to think about looking for Western or whatever. Within your environment, you can get something to do. You can get something to really see how you can make a conception of it, and then do the design and bring it to fruition. That is engineering, making life comfortable for the environment. Let me add that all work cannot play makes that a dollar. You need to find time for yourself to rest after the rigors of engineering activities. And let me quickly appeal to you that it is not the academics, the technology, alone that makes you an engineer. At every opportunity, find yourself in politics. We need engineers in the political era. We need engineers to really give the policy that we need to really make an engineer what we are to do. Let me quickly add that, thank God, we have been able to have the salary scale being improved. We are not where we need to be. We're still going to do more. The Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Korean are working together for the welfare of engineers in this society. Once again, before I induct you into the power of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, I want to congratulate you and I want to wish you well in your future endeavor. Now, to make it a bit easier for us, we'll go into the departments and we'll go into we'll combine the department and the year so that we'll not take our time. I mean, here we have the Department of Agricultural Engineering 2019-2020. We found out we had your tokens here, and I want to really appeal to our engineers at present, Vice Chancellor sir, maybe do the first token presentation for please let us have our inductees from the Department of Agricultural Engineering. Let us have them here. We'll do it department by department.
Vice-Chancellor, sir, let us just have the first person to be given the token by the Vice-Chancellor. Then all engineers are present. Please join us in giving the token to the graduates. While the Vice-Chancellor is all other engineers. Engineers, please let us have them okay, and let us begin to give it to them. The Department of Agricultural Engineering 2019 to 2023 call out. Please call out. The inductees, let us make it a bit snappy. Agricultural Engineering 2020-2021. Please join. 2021, please join them to have a token. After this, we are going to take the oath that will induct you into the engineering family. Computer Engineering 2019-2020. Computer Engineering.
Graduates of Computer Engineering 2019-2020, please come forward.
Graduates of Computer Engineering 2020-2021.
Computer Engineering 2020-2021, also join them.
Please let us be snappy about it.
Come aboard. You should come this way.
Let the Department of Electrical Engineering you want me now? Department of Electrical Engineering 2019-2020, please come out.
Electrical Engineering 2019-2020.
2020-2021.
And 2020-2021, please join.
Please join.
Be on a single file, please. Be on a single file.
We appreciate you. Let us be orderly. We sincerely appreciate you. Please, let us spread out so that we can make it better. Let us spread out. Spread out. If you have not taken, yes, you can. Yes, yes. Department of Mechanical Engineering 2019-2020. Department of Department of Mechanical Engineering 2019-2020. Please let us spread out. We have your senior colleagues who will go to put the pen on you. Let us spread out. Remember, you're still going to take your oath of allegiance to the profession. Department of Mechanical Engineering 2020-2021. We are getting there. The graduates of civil engineering 2019-2020, please join the team. The graduates of civil engineering 2019-2020, please join the team. Civil engineering 20. Civil engineering 2021. Civil engineering 2021. Let us be snappy about it so I will take out. please be seated so that we can go into the oath taking.
Thank you very much. We believe that we are coming to the end of the oath taking now.
Thank you, thank you. Let us be seated. Thank you. Let us be seated. Let us be seated. We are now going into the oath taking. We are now going to the oath taking. Please let us be seated. Let us be seated. The oath taking will commence. Time for the oath taking. Let the gathering be seated, please. Let the gathering be seated, please. Please let us be seated. Let us be seated. Thank you. Thank you so much, senior colleague. Thank you. Now into the oath taking. The inductees, please be on your feet. When you want to take a note, you stand up.
This is very important. You are taking oath of going into the profession. Let us be orderly. Please. Thank you. Department for our transmission to the headquarters in Abuja. Your oath taking indicates your allegiance to the profession. And now go into the oath taking. My dear friends and graduate members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, please listen attentively and appropriately. The oath taking now. You repeat. As you have it in the induction paper. Have you come today for this induction ceremony on your own free will and accord? Are you willing and ready to be administered with the oath of induction of the society and formally admitted as graduate members? Do you, having become a graduate member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, solemnly accept as binding all decisions of the Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers on all matters dealt with by her in accordance with the provision of the said Memorandum of Article of Association of the Society? Do you promise to undertake and promote the object of the society at all times? Do you promise to conduct yourself on all engineering matters in accordance with the society's laid down code of ethics and conduct?
Yes, I will.
Do you promise to look after the interests and welfare of your fellow engineers and members of the society?
Yes, I will.
Do you promise, this is important, do you promise not to query or to take any legal or embarrassing action against the society in any action of the society, in any action the society may deem necessary against you? Do you promise to meet all obligations to the society and serve us selflessly to the best of your ability? Congratulations. All graduate members being inducted will read out. Wait, you read out, you put your name into it. Can we have it? I. So help me God. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, let us be seated, please. Let's all have our seats. Graduates, now it is time for me to invite one of the graduates of today, Engineer AKINYEMI, to step forward and give give the valedictory speech on behalf of his colleague, Mr. Kudus. Thank you.
Guests, family, friends, board of trustees, staff of the school, chairman of the education, engineer, Asiro, Sahab, Bidari, the chief host, also the vice chancellor of the OLATUNDE, the host, co-host, guest speaker, and most of all, the distinguished class of 2020 and 2021. I am honored to be standing in front of you all to commemorate the memories and accomplishments of our great classes. It is such a pleasure to share in the intensity of emotions filling this auditorium as you are inducted into the Engineering Society of Nigeria. Through these past years, I have seen us all discover and devote ourselves to our passion and grow immensely as a result. Whatever our interests are, we have devoted ourselves to them. Well, we did it. Yes, I can say we did it. We accomplished one of the major early milestones of our lives, bachelor's degree graduation and induction ceremony. This is a major step in the journey of our lives and one that should be recognized for its immense significance. It is an act not only of personal commitment but also one of pride. I can say I am proud to be part of you guys today. We all worked hard to get to this day, and our work did not go to waste. A bachelor's degree is a wonderful tool in this world, and one that opens many doors of opportunities to anyone who is lucky enough to have one. But graduation and induction is not an end goal in itself. It is instead a part of the larger journey of life, which is, life is a journey, and all accomplishments we achieve during this course should be taken as starting points for further achievements. Our graduation and induction should also serve as such a launching point, projecting us to wherever our futures are meant to take us. Whether we land ourselves a career, take up a trade, or continue our education home or abroad. We have already shown our commitment to personal growth through making it to this ceremony today. But soon, all of us will experience another ceremony where we graduate from higher programs. As I said before, life is a journey. We don't stop going once we get our degrees. And we don't have to stop here. This graduation and induction ceremony has already shown us how capable we all are of accomplishing our goals when we commit ourselves to them. I hope all of us here today can take this personal accomplishment as an example of how anything is truly possible when we put our minds to it. As we continue on in our lives, we shall take each new problem on with confidence, knowing that we have achieved great heights and are equipped with the necessary tools to tackle our future. I would like to thank my fellow graduates for making our 5-6 years at ONABANJO University amazing. You made each day worthwhile, and your company will surely be missed as we move on. However, I look forward to your accomplishments and hearing about our successes home and abroad. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we put our hands again together for graphic engineer Kudus. That's good. Now quickly, I want to invite the chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers, ILARO branch, Engineer Dr. AWOLOLA, to come and give advice to new members. Dr. AWOLOLA, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vice-Chancellor, and other principal officer of the institution, the president of our great society, ENGR, represented by Engineer Lawat, the chairman, ABEOKUTA branch, represented by the vice chairman, and I want to recognize equally Engineer Ali, a reform member of the Western Zone of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the faculty member of the Faculty of Engineering, the traditional leaders present, ladies and gentlemen. I want to use this opportunity to congratulate the inductees. The 6-year or the 5-year program is not a joke, but you have come to the end of it. Congratulations. But learning has not ended. As the Vice-Chancellor has said, the Provost and even your representative, learning has not ended. You need to learn and unlearn. What are those things that you need to learn? You need to learn soft skill. Soft skill. The speaker, the guest speaker talk about learning management skill. That will bring you to the forefront of entrepreneurial activity that you want to get into. And beside that, you need to improve on your technical skill. Knowledge is not ending. You need to go for more knowledge. And that is what Nigerian Society of Engineers is known for. Therefore, get involved in the activities of Nigerian Society of Engineers, in their training, in their monthly meeting. There you learn new things daily. And beside that, you need to develop team spirit. Team spirit. You need to be a team player. You cannot do it alone. Don't be a lone ranger. Work as a team. Work as a team. Mechanical engineer should work with civil engineer. Civil engineer with other phases of engineering profession. You need this. You need to work as a team. I'm only emphasizing what has been said earlier because all this has been said in the course of the program. And I will advise you, don't cut the process. Don't cut the process. The process of attaining greater height is step at a time. Don't shortcut the process. As you are being inducted today, you are going to go through the 4-year public program that will make you a corporate member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Don't cut the process. In the course of your 4-year program training, you will learn new things besides what you have learned in the 4 walls of the classroom. And I pray God Almighty will order your steps. And what I have here are the be agent of change. Our nation needs people that will cause positive change, and people like you determined to be the agent of change. I think one time President of UK said, I do not expect what my country will do for me, but what I do for my country. Think of what you can do as engineer to make Nigeria better. Nigeria need to be a better nation. Determined to be the agent of change that Nigeria needs. Once again, I want to congratulate you. God Almighty will order your steps, and your life will be testimony. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Can you put your hands again together for the person that has given you that way the advice? Once again, he has iterated what the conclusion lecturer gave to us the other day, is that your future lies in your hands. Is that true? Give him another round of applause. Now, it is time for us to recognize what we call hard work, diligence, in the course of your sojourn in this on this campus, or in the course of your studies. Now we will have categories of award now to be done by our distinguished personalities at the high table here. The first one is the category of Best Graduating Student Award for 2019-2020 and 2020-2021. It's now my pleasure to invite our own Vice-Chancellor, Professor GANIYU OLATUNDE, who is being represented by our own Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Academic, Professor ABEOKUTA, to please step forward and present this category of award to our students who have distinguished themselves. Can we give them a round of applause, please? For the 2019-2020 academic session, we have Ayolaja Ramoni Adibola from the Department of Agricultural Engineering. Can you step forward? Graduate Engineer Ayolaja Ramoni Adibola. Please, can we give him a round of applause, please?
On behalf of amiable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Ayolaja Ramoni Adibola, being the best graduate students in the year 2019-2020 academic session. Congratulations.
From the Department of Agricultural Engineering. Quickly, Abiodun Timileyin Peter from the Department of Computer Engineering. Step up quickly. Abiodun Timileyin.
I present to this August gathering the departmental best graduate students of the Department of Computer Engineering, which goes to Abiodun Timileyin Peter. Congratulations.
Adeyemi Adedeji Olalekan from the Department of Electronic Engineering. Graduate Engineer Adeyemi Adedeji Olalekan, come forward please. Electronic Engineering.
Again, I present the departmental best graduate students of 1920 academic session, Department of Electronic Engineering, to Adeyemi Adedeji Olalekan. Congratulations.
Then Shodeke Akwayemi produced from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Shodeke, please. While Chodipo, Victor Oladoyi, and Odabudu Oriofe Olarewaju should be getting ready from the Department of Civil Engineering.
I present to you Shodeke Akwayemi produced Best Departmental Graduate Students Award for the 2019-2020 academic session for the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Congratulations.
Shodipo Victor Oladoyi and Odabudu Oriofe Olarewaju. They refuse to step down for each other. I don't know. That's the time from the Department of Civil Engineering.
I present to the PROF, Victor Oladoyi, the Departmental Best Graduate Students Award for 2019-2020 academic session for the Department of Civil Engineering. Congratulations. Okay, I can understand now. And that is the time. Yes. So two of them, the best graduate students. So I present to you again, Bodo Oriofe Olarewaju of the Department of Civil Engineering for being the departmental best graduate students of 2019-2020 academic session. Congratulations.
Babatunde Victor, Taiwo Victor, for the 2020-2021 academic session from Department of Agricultural Engineering. Babatunde Taiwo Victor, step forward. YABA.
I present to this August gathering the best departmental graduating students of the Department of Agricultural Engineering for the year 2020-2021 academic session to Babatunde Taiwo Victor. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I will put our hands together for the Vice-Chancellor represented by the Vice-Chancellor Academy, Professor Deji Agbola. Please, can we give him a round of applause, please? Now it is my honor to invite the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Administration, Professor Charles Olufemi Adekoya, to please step forward and present the following award to the 2020-2021 academic session winners. Starting from Computer Engineering Department, the award is to be presented to Graduate Engineer Omoyeni Oluwakemi Tomitope, the first female to win this award today. Please step forward. So it is no man affair alone. Women can also do it there.
This Departmental Best Graduating Students Award to Omoyeni Oluwakemi Tomitope, Department of Computer Engineering.
Thank you very much, sir. From the Department of Electrical Electronic Engineering, we have Olayoye Babajide Peters. Come forward for your award. While Ajasa Abdullahi Bolade should be ready from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, and Ogundele Samuel Adebayo from the Department of Civil Engineering. Olayoye Babajide Peters now.
On behalf of the Vice-Chancellor and privilege and honor to present this award, Departmental Best Graduating Students Award, Academic Session 2021 to Olayoye Babajide Peter, Department of Electrical Electronics Engineering.
Ajasa Abdullahi Bolade from Department of Mechanical Engineering. Are you here? The person Ogundele Samuel Adebayo, are you here? Are you Ogundele Samuel? Ajasa Abdullahi from Department of Mechanical Engineering.
On behalf of the Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the Departmental Best Graduate Students Award for 2020-2021 to Ajasa Abdullahi Bolade, Department of Mechanical Engineering.
Ogundele Samuel Adebayo, Department of Civil Engineering.
The Departmental Best Graduate Students Award for 2020-2021 is presented to Ogundele Samuel Adedayo, Department of Civil Engineering. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Before my amiable Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Administration takes his seat, we equally want to appreciate these people on the right-hand side of the table. They are the geese that lay the golden eggs we are seeing today. Can we give them a round of applause? This category of people are being headed by the provost of this college. He is no any other person than my own teacher, a former teacher in this university. I graduated from this university many years ago too. He is no any other person than Professor J.O. AKINYEMI. Please step forward for your award, sir.
Prof, let me give a face. On behalf of the College of Engineering of this great citadel of learning, I have the pleasure to give this award, meritorious award, to the Provost College of Engineering, to Engineer Professor J.O. AKINYEMI. Congratulations.
And of course, the acting dean of Faculty of Engineering, Dr. ABAYOMI, LAYENI, to please step forward for his award.
On behalf of Peter, I have the pleasure to present this award of meritorious award to Engineer Dr. ABAYOMI LAYENI, the acting dean Faculty of Engineering of this great college.
Thank you very much. Can we put our hands together for the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Administration for the job well done? Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished member of the audience, it is my pleasure to invite the Registrar and the Secretary Council of this university, Mr. Femi Ogunomoju, to please step forward and present the next award to the guest speaker of today, who is no other person than Engineer Dr. MODUPE ONITIRI. Thank you very much, sir.
On behalf of the College of Engineering and Environmental Studies, the Faculty of Engineering in particular, present this award to our dear speaker, Engineer Dr. ONITIRI, for a well-delivered lecture today, and we also thank public.
Thank you very much. I will put our hands together for the registrar of this great university. Now, it is time for us to equally honor the representative of registrar on this college, on this campus. Is no other person than the college secretary, Mr. Dele Thomas. Mr. Dele Thomas, can you step out for your award, please? May I now invite university librarian, another distinguished scholar, the custodian of what we call knowledge in this university, Dr. Adebambo Adewale Oduwole. That's the University of University Librarian, please. Of OLABISI ONABANJO University. If it is not published, that's why we won't have it. Once it is published, you get it in OU on every campus.
Well, thank you very much. I think he has given me a lot of accolades already, but I'd like to say that it didn't add that I'm also the only librarian in Nigeria that has a professional management qualification. I'm a PMP from Canada. Yeah, Opa. And also, to our parents here, I want to say that for bringing your words to the university here, I want to say that you have actually brought them to the best university in Nigeria. We can tell you that from our last rating by NUC, this is the only university that can boast of so many resources that other universities cannot boast of. We are telling you it's a fact by NUC. To my friend, Mr. Thomas, this is the Meritorious Award from the College of Engineering and Environmental Studies, presented to you as the College Secretary at the 6th and 7th induction ceremony into the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for the College Secretary.
Thank you very much.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure inviting the President of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer TSG Woody, who is being represented by Engineer ABEOKUTA, to please step forward and present the following award to the categories of people that have been making the induction ceremony possible on this campus. It is my pleasure to invite Engineer Ernest Lawal to please step forward. Engineer Lawal, please step forward. Come and receive your award. Engineer Dr. A.O. David, please come forward. And of course, Ms. Itunu Abojime, come forward too.
Award presented to my namesake, Engineer Slava, this day 2022. PT Award presented to Engineer at the 6th and 7th induction ceremony into the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Thank you very much, sir. Can we put our hands together for them? The Vice-Chancellor, other distinguished members of the high table, distinguished member of the audience. When you teach, you want to get a feedback from the students. You must have imparted the knowledge. The following students are being recognized and to be given award in their various departments for performing wonderfully well in their various courses. For the 2019-2020 sets in farm power and machinery engineering, we have Oluwayemi Emmanuel. Can you rise up for recognition? That's the best student in farm power and machinery engineering. We have Adeboye Victor Oluwatobiloba, soil and water conservation engineering. Environmental engineer. Are you here? Can you just wave? That's wonderful. We currently have Adeboye Victor Oluwatobiloba. He excels in farm structural and environmental control engineering. And of course, Adeboye Victor Oluwatobiloba, agricultural processing and storage engineering. Let's clap for them. So another set in 2020-2021 set, farm power and machinery engineering. We have Babatunde Taiwo Victor. He excelled in that particular course. Can we give him a round of applause? Soil and water conservation engineering, environmental engineering. Akintaye Adeshewa Christiana, she excelled herself in that course. Farm structural and environmental control engineering. Akintaye Adeshewa too, Christiana, excelled in that particular course. And of course, agricultural processing and storage engineering. Shiyobade Omolade Ashabi, you excel yourself in that particular course. Congratulations to you all. Without wasting much of our time, Mr. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to invite Engineer Dr. K.A. OLONADE the chairman at Nigerian Society of Engineers ABEOKUTA branch to give his closing remark. Quickly, sir. Thank you. Engineer OLONADE, please.
The Vice-Chancellor, ably represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Academics, Professor Agbola, the Vice-Chancellor at the Academics, Professor Charles, all the members of the SEC and the principal staff of the university institution, the representative of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, of the national president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Tasi Udu, ably represented by Engineer A.H. the past chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, ABEOKUTA branch, one of our past chairman as well from the ILARO branch, the president of Engineer Ali, as well FNSC, we are recognized, all the parents, our parents of the inductees here, the distinguished inductees, and all other guests present here. I want to say a warm good afternoon to everyone here. So again, I want to appreciate this institution for putting up this program in collaboration with the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and I want to appreciate our speaker, Engineer Dr. MODUPE ONITIRI, for that lecture. And I want to believe, especially our graduates, we have picked one or two things from that lecture he delivered to us. And we should go home again and go over that lecture, because it's an inspiring lecture that is going to be more helpful for us in our future endeavor. So again, I want to congratulate the inductees. All of you, congratulations once again. May God let each and every one of you excel in your choosing career. Because we are out in the labor market now. And to our parents, I want to say thank you very much for being behind the students. Because without you, we can't achieve whatever they achieve. And again, to all the guests that came here to witness this occasion, I'm wishing each and everyone. Again, the student again, I want to give you one advice. The induction oath that was spread out, please look at it over and over, so that you must be, so for you to be a good ambassador of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Please go through it. The lot have been said. It is not for me to be repeating myself. The lot have been said. Just make sure, ensure you are a good ambassador of this great society and the great citadel of learning as well. So, and for all the invited guests, may Almighty God let us get to our various destinations safely. Thank you very much.
Very much. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands again together for the ABEOKUTA branch, man. Graduates, please everybody should come in now. We are about to conclude the program with a procession. You are going to lead now. Is that clear? We'll be moving out of this hall in a procession, so you should be ready for that. So anybody that is outside should come in right now. It is my pleasure now to invite Dr. A.O. David to please step forward and give his vote of thanks. Dr. David, please.
The Vice-Chancellor, sir, ably represented by Professor A.O.J. Agbola, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Without the approval of the Vice-Chancellor, this program wouldn't have been possible. So, sir, we are grateful for granting us the permission to organize and hold this ceremony today. We are grateful, sir. To the parents, we are indeed grateful to you for supporting the graduates of today all the way. And this program would never have been possible also if the Nigerian Society of Engineers did not approve that this program holds today. The President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, ably represented, and other executive members at ABEOKUTA branch, ILARO branch, we really appreciate you. And we thank you for the great existing cooperation with us. Thank you. And to the graduates, the inductees of today, we want to say a big thank you to you. We gave you deadline in a very short notice. And honestly, the committee members are amazed at your response. Even by 3 a.m., some of them were calling us. We really appreciate you. Thank you for coming. And to the graduates also, the inductees of today, I want to remind you before I leave the podium. I want to remind you of 3 things. What you are taught here, what you know, and what you can do. And do is what is going to distinguish you in the industry. I wish you the very best, and as you build your career, the Lord will grant you success. To every one of us, the academic staff, the non-academic staff, we are grateful to you for coming. To our distinguished guests, thank you for honoring us today. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will put our hands again together for Dr. David, the vote of thanks. The VICE-CHANCELLOR, distinguished member of the audience, before we call for the procession to mark the end of the induction ceremony today, let me quickly recognize the another members of the management team of OLABISI ONABANJO University. I mentioned earlier that Mr. Semiu Makide is the university bursar. Today, he is unavoidably absent, but represented by another FCA here, Mr. Kola Shamisi. Mr. Kola Shamisi, you are most welcome. On this note, I want to invite Engineer Z.O. Jagun to please step forward and give the closing prayers. Engineer Jagun, please.
All positions. I stand on the shoulder. I also believe in the Shaitan and the King. Bismillah. We give thanks to God, having helped us up to this moment. Since last week, we've been running around to make sure today we are in a joyous environment. For our students, our parents and guardians that have come here today, we pray in God's holy name that all of us shall return well to our different destinations. Our students that in one way or the other have put efforts, we pray that having seen them through this system, we pray to have great memories coming from their hand. And our parents too, that are putting time, money, efforts, prayer in accomplishing them to this end. We pray at the end of the day, we will all be joyous, and looking back, we should be thankful that God has helped us to get it this far. Rabbana atayna fi dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina azabannar. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minas salimin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minas salimin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minas salimin. Bijai Fatih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Rahmanirrahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Amin. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun 'alal mursalin walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Thank you.
very much. Announcement. This goes to the graduate. We have come to the end of the program for today, and quickly stepping into another glamorous section of any program, any academic ceremony on campus. So today we're having the procession now. So you'll have to conduct yourself in the usual manner we are used to on this campus. So the procession will be moving out of the hall in reverse order. Please take note of that. After that, we'll file behind them and we'll move out. On this note, I want to distinguish the Mr. Chancellor, distinguished member of the audience. We have now come to the end of the program for today, and I want to urge you all to stand up for the national anthem. Thank you very much. Please, we should remain standing while the procession. Item outside your hall. Thank you very much. As a procession of the principal officers of this university and other distinguished academic of OLABISI ONABANJO University, IWOYE. The procession marks the end of the ceremony for the 6th and 7th induction into graduate membership of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Thank you all for coming, and we wish you all safe journey back to your various destinations. Thank you very much. Now the students should join them, the inductees should join them after the head of departments and other distinguished academics. The graduate engineers should join the procession in that order. We want to thank you all for coming and wish you journey blessings back to your various destinations. Thank you.